Hi, this is Chris, and with a company called Duffitness, actually my company. I'm a Beachbody coach. Today, I'm not talking about anything about Beachbody. I want to talk about what I deal with for a disease. It's called Ankylosing Spondylitis. I've been contemplating putting a video out like this for some time now. Finally decided I've got to do it just to let everybody know what it's like living with this debilitating disease that affects the vertebrae and other joints. Ankylosing spondylitis starts with the fusion or inflammation of the vertebrae and other joints, and it's causing the bones actually to fuse together over the nerves and the ligaments. I've battled this disease for as early as my late teenage years, when I was noticing lower back pain, playing baseball, playing sports, just always feeling bad. In my early 20s, I'd wake up in the morning feeling very stiff in the back. Just always thought it was the bed I was using, so I always switched beds. And then by my mid-20s, it went into sciatic pain. So if you've ever had sciatic pain, you can understand the feeling that I was going through mid-20s, not understanding what's happening to my body. The ankylosing spondylitis, like I said, can affect other joints. For me personally, it has affected not only my vertebrae, lower back, sciatic pain, all that, but it's gone to my hips, my fingers, my knees, my ankles. I'm constantly battling sciatic pain, inflammations in the fingers. They're cracking all the time. They're throbbing. I can feel sometimes a little pain in each joint in the fingers, my ankles, things like that. One of the number one side effects of ankylosing spondylitis is chronic pain, of course, but it's depression caused from that pain. Can you imagine if you've ever been hit by been in an accident, and those next couple days, your body is just, every muscle, every bone, joint is just in pain. That's the way I feel every day. I wake up in the morning, I'm stiff. I may get up in the middle of the night and put my feet on the ground, stand up, and I can't stand up all the way. I may sit in a desk for, a matter of 15, 20 minutes, and when I go to stand up, I can't stand up all the way. My back is fusing together. It's affecting my ribs. Sometimes it's hard to breathe, to open up my lungs because they're being compressed by the ribs. My knees hurt, sometimes walk around like a robot. And it really does cause a lot of mental strain. If, like I said, if you could imagine living your life like you've been hit by a Mack truck every single day. So around age 25, I started dealing with, the sciatic pain. I remember sleeping, the only comfortable position, really close to comfortable position, was I had to pull a pillow off my bed, put it on the countertop in the kitchen, and fall asleep like that. Standing up, bent over, trying to relieve pain being caused by the sciatic nerve being pinched by the lower vertebrae. It's just a constant pain. I didn't grow up, I grew up athletic, but I always battled my weight. I battled, through my 20s, still battled weight, got in shape, lost momentum, got in shape, lost momentum, gained it back, did a yo-yo diets for many years. And, I'd go see the doctors and had through probably 25 through 35, I had a couple steroid injections in my lower spine to try to alleviate the pain. I was always stretching. I had a job where I traveled all the time. So getting on airplanes, rental cars, buses, taxis, traveling, it caused a lot of pain. I'm always stretching, and it's just a mental drain on you. And one of the hardest things each day to deal with, again, is just being in pain. Even with losing, 45 pounds when I turned 40 is actually, let me just take a step back. When I was 39, a couple months before my 40th birthday, it was the summer, late summer, August, September. It was July, actually. I was up in DC on a business trip, and I started feeling some weird sensation in my left eye. It was kind of if somebody was pushing on it with their thumb, and I started seeing little blurry spots all over the place, and it lasted constant. It was throughout the day, and the next day it got worse, and I was flying home that day, and got home that evening, woke up the next morning, my eye was burning. It was red, just constant pressure. I could hardly see out. It was all blurry. So I immediately went to the eye doctor, and we dilated it and had some steroids in it, ran some tests. Couldn't figure out what it was over about 5-6 days. After going, every couple days to see how I was doing, he just recommended I go see an ophthalmologist and try to figure out exactly what was going on with my eye. And so we went there, a couple more tests, kept my eyes dilated, my left eye dilated, and 2 days of that with steroids and the dilation of the eye, was immediately sent to a rheumatoid doctor. And that doctor ran some more blood work and some tests, and my eye was staying dilated and on steroids. Steroid drops, clarify that. And this was about a week before I turned 40. And when I went back for the doctor after the blood work was in, I was diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis. No clue what that was. No clue at all. But I did have all the symptoms. I had the sciatic nerve pain. I had stiffness in the back constantly. I felt sometimes like I was having a heart attack, irritable bowel syndrome. Felt sometimes like I was having a heart attack. Like I said, my left arm was swollen or hurting, throbbing. My fingers were always hurting, both hands. Ankles hurt once in a while. And I was immediately, like I said, put on, diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis and put on a TNF blocker called Humira. And since that time, I'm now 44, going on 45 this year in September, and I've stayed on the Humira, but I have lost a lot of weight. I've lost 45 pounds, gotten much stronger. I battle it, with exercise and proper nutrition. It's a lot of studies on nutrition and inflammation of foods, but the pain is still there. Some days it could be a 1 or a 2 or 3 level pain on a 10-point scale. Some days, like recently, I've been battling with, up to 10. I mean, yesterday I was so fatigued. My knees were killing me. My ankles were killing me. Actually, I'm popping my left ankle right now because it's throbbing. It's hurting. And my fingers are cold and they're cracking, if you can hear that. My wrists, stuff like that. But yesterday I had to just lay down for a little bit, which is one of the worst things. Not worst things. I mean, you got to lay down and rest, but I was just so tired and fatigued. And I lay down for a little bit, and about 30 minutes later, I tried to get up, and the right sciatic nerve went full, just inflammation, just pinched. I was crying. I yelled out, screaming in pain. And luckily my roommate wasn't home to hear me, but my dog was freaking out. It's just the pain is always, always there. And there's so much that, I can't do every day. I can't, and I hate saying I can't, but it just hurts to go out on the weekends and enjoy the outdoors. It hurts to, drive long distance, even though I love to drive, road trips. I love them. But, I have to stop like every hour and just stretch because it's constant. My back is just so tight. My back muscles are always contracted, trying to keep me from bending over, because the natural curve of the spine, because of the fusion of the vertebrae, I want to go like this. My head's up here and just want to bend over because that's comfortable. So, I battle it with, trying to keep my posture up. Like I said, sometimes with ankylosing spondylitis, you're just in constant pain. And one of the things, or actually two or three of the things that I've done over the past couple of years to try to help live better and have a little bit more energy and live a normal life is I've constantly updating my nutrition. I've stay away from gluten as much as possible now. I try to eat non-inflammatory foods. I exercise, stretch every day, even if I don't do a full workout. And I do everything at home. And I do at least some yoga moves, some vinyasas, things like that. But the pain's always there. The pain is always there with ankylosing spondylitis. And if you have ankylosing spondylitis, please reach out to me. I'd love to interact with you to see, we can help each other out on, things that we can do to help each other and try to improve our own health. Going back to see the doctor today to possibly get on a steroid, a temporary steroid, to try to help out with the inflammations I'm having now, because it's gotten worse. And I just don't have the energy. And that's one of the things with ankylosing spondylitis is you're constantly battling the chronic pain. It's not just one part of your body. It's constant all over your body. And the mental strain on that, because of that, is excruciating. It almost, you just want to give up sometimes. You just want to give up because you'll never get better. There is no cure at this point, at this moment. All you can do is manage it through, medications, TNF blockers, NSAID, so ibuprofen, things like that. But then there's side effects to all that stuff. You can, help with exercise, stretching, lightweight work to strengthen your muscles and your joints, your ligaments, and nutrition. Nutrition's the biggest key because you want to stay away from, your body's always changing and growing, and you want to be able to give it proper nutrition, but then sometimes you can't because you're just so depressed and so much in pain. You just want to try to cover the pain up, and it sucks. It literally sucks to go through this pain every single day. So I didn't want to make this video too long, but I probably did. But that's a little personal story about my battle with ankylosing spondylitis. It really does suck to have it, and I don't wish it on anybody. And if you don't have it, please do a little research on it, because you don't know who may have it that you're associated with, and understand the constant mental strain that they have because of the physical pain that they're in every single day. So thanks, guys, for listening to this. Again, my name's Chris, and I battle from ankylosing spondylitis. Also, you can find me on Duffitness.com to figure out new nutrition and some things that I do every single day to help me live through this just terrible, terrible autoimmune disease. So thanks for watching, and have a great day. Take care of yourself.